それでこんな風に。お尻に気合を入れろ。クイクイグイグイクイクイグイグイクイクイグイグイって感じでさ。
No, no, no.
Pokemon Ranger, I choose you.
What's up, my dear? I just can't. I can't continue on like this. Long, stop it. But haven't you seen what we did to Ash? And the worst thing is, it's not filler. Long, again, stop it. I know that this was a cringe fest to watch, but the episode overall was really good. But that's not the Ash I know anymore. You know what? Please, take this gun. Okay, and then? Please, kill me. No, Long, calm the F down. We can do this. You still love the anime, right? Yes, but... And you still prefer me over all the other girls, right? Of course! And Ash still is your childhood hero, correct? Yes, but... The pain! So we now will put down the gun and instead of that, just look at this thing right here, okay? Wait, isn't that the memory erase thing from Man in Black? No, wait, stop! Okay, so now listen Long. You will continue on with the anime as usual. You will always see Ash as your fave character of all time. You will always love me and Amor shipping.
And you will kill every girl who even stares at my future husband, understood?
Serena-sama, you went all over the place again. Oh, not again. Let me fix it. Okay, you got it Long? You will continue on just like always. Serena, out. What the fuck happened? Well, anyway, let's get right into the review! So guys, the episode starts with Ash and Professor Kukui arriving home late at night, and soon they are wondering where their beloved doggy Rockruff went. And sadly it's popping up out of nowhere with injuries all over its body. And after a short treatment followed up by a cute scream, which kinda sounds like this. Kia! Kia!
Kia!
Ash and irrelevant friends, who like always do barely anything to help him, are questioning the cause for all this. So question time for not so important friends. What is the cause of Rockruff's behavior? Lana? Maybe it got hurt from special training. Sophocles? Maybe it's new evolution. Oh, Sophocles, even if you try to help, you still fail. So, after our heroes are listening to more details about Rockruff's evolution, while the other Pokemon just follow the lead of their trainers by doing absolutely nothing, Ash finally arrives at home, only to be greeted half lovely and half brutal by Rockruff. Meanwhile, Kukui explains to Ash that he installed some hidden cameras in Rockruff's room. Dear Professor Kukui, I really hope that those cameras are only in Rockruff's room, or else you have to go to the next police station with me. Please, I just want to make sure that Ash won't illegally fap during my absence. I didn't secretly record all the fapping and saved it in my computer. Yo Kukui, give me the copies later, okay? Okay, girl. But anyway, with those hidden cameras, Ash and Kukui are witnessing a brutal rape scene of an innocent poker puppet before following Rockruff to its next victim, location, which is the Clawed Hill, where both are not only watching a match of the two Lycanroc forms about who has the biggest ego and the biggest dick, but also first and foremost they are now witnessing that Rockruff this time is the rape victim, since it got brutally beaten by Magma. So shortly after that, Ash then decides to train with Rockruff to master Rockthrow. And, I can't remember the next scene anymore. I really tried my best to recap the next scene. It was some kind of training session, but I really can't remember anymore. But it seems like somebody has erased it from my memories. I just remember that it was something dark. Something that maybe should be forgotten for the rest of the series. Luckily, the next scene I remember is that Rockruff mastered Rockthrow by using Ash as his target. And soon after that, Rockruff challenges Magma again, and at the end of the day, Rockruff was victorious, while the other Lycanroc only were bystanders. But before the episode ends, we are witnessing, in my opinion, the best scene of the episode, which was that both Ash and Kukui realize that Rockruff has chosen Ash as its ultimate partner, and therefore, with a lot of emotional tension, Ash decides to catch Rockruff and tada! New Pokemon. And with that, the episode ends. Solid episode, and for the first time in the history of my Sun and Moon reviews, I decided to bring my ratings back, because I kinda missed them. So let's get rid of my impressions, and instead of that, let's dive right into my ratings. What can I say about the story? The story was overall rock solid, thanks to the focus of this episode, Rockruff, and that it went from weakling to being total badass. And because of this development, it was only natural that not only it was able to learn a new move, but it was also able to create an even deeper bond with Ash, to the point where Rockruff became Ash's new companion. And speaking of Ash, this episode was a typical Ash Ketchum episode where he tries to help out a beloved Pokemon with training so that in the end he will obtain a new partner. And because it was a Ash catching new Pokemon episode, it was also natural that none of his friends were really deeply involved in today's plot. And although my intro for today's review was a little bit overboard, I did it for a reason, and the reason is that this training session really went full comedy. It set a new standard for comedy in SM, and in a really bad way. You guys know that I'm not a big fan of the Sun and Moon comedy, and for the last few weeks it was okay. Some of them were really well timed, some of them were just really sad. But this training session was, in my opinion, a new low point when it comes to forced comedy, and just a cringe fest, especially compared to Ash's past training sessions. But it didn't took away the overall enjoyment of this today's episode too much, so that's why I will give the story a rock solid 9 out of 10. What can I say about the focus? The focus of today's episode is called The Clawed Hill, Rockruff and Lycanroc. And this focus unfortunately was not really solid, but actually really confusing. Sure, the Clawed Hill is the location of the main event and therefore it suits. But what the actual problem is that the second part would let you think that Rockruff and Lycanroc were the main stars of the episode. But that wasn't the case at all. Our beloved doggy was the focus of today's episode, and both Lycanroc forms only had a sparring match, and that's it. If both of them would have been involved in this episode more, for example, where both of them are helping Ash with training, then the focus would have been good. But unfortunately that wasn't the case, and therefore I have to cut off some massive points, which in the end leads to a 7 out of 10 for the focus. Last but not least, what about the animation? I can't complain about the animation, it was pretty solid, just like the story. Even the head shaking and ass shaking, as ridiculous and cringy as it is, at least it wasn't badly animated. Animation highlight of the day clearly goes to the end scene where Ash decides to catch Rockruff, with that emotional moment where both are staring in each other's eyes. Beautifully underlined with not only the night sky, but also especially with Rockruff's cute and glittering eyes in combination with the night. Loved it, 10 out of 10. So this episode scores a 8.66 out of 10. It was a solid episode and definitely one of the better episodes despite the cringy training session. And in my opinion, this episode was better than the Rowlet episode, but not as good as the Litten episode, because the Litten episode, in my opinion, had more emotional weight. And that's why I can't wait for next week's Litten episode. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed this review just like always. And also, just like always, see you guys in the comment section down below. Bye guys!